Oh. What's up, men, women, transgender? I'm using my new tripod. I finally got one. Conservative Cuban gave me a tripod for my birthday. I like it. No more. Look, Mom, no hands. I could care less about talking about Boston Lloyd. Oh, boy, this tripod changes everything. Now I've got the legs completely retracted, so it's very short, and I have it on my desktop here in the hotel room. Tripod Nate. Yeah, I'm digging this. So much easier to read your comments. The angle is better. The Order 66 has become very ineffective. Thoughts on Trevor Lawrence? Uh, he's not doing so hot in the NFL, is he? I don't know. This angle makes you look leaner. I'm leaning out, bro. Order 66 Putin. That's funny. Oh, I love it. You guys are really going after Pomps, huh? John Smith says, Jay, you are my favorite misfit. I thought Brad kicked me out of the Misfits. Uh, this is my first beer. Oh, yeah, I'm sure this is a 3X. I'm trappening. Those traps, bro. How was your day today, Jay? I don't even want to talk about it. Big Papa Pump says misfit for life. I thought Brad was in charge. What about all the trolls that say Brad kicked you out of the Misfits? Oh, what's up, Blue STI? Rick says I miss Andrew. Yeah, I get it. Uh, these beers aren't that cold. Hope my food's okay in this fridge. Conservative Corvette. You're back. I don't. I recognize the Misfits skull. Conservative Corvette. Huh. Very interesting that someone has that account. Would you pit stop Steffi Cohen? Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what pit stopped means. Conservative Corvette. Yeah, IG kicked me off. Can't make an IG account. Oh, come on, bro. That's a big line of crap. Ugh. Licking armpit? No, I would not lick her armpit. What does the Cuban weigh? I'm not sure. I think the Cuban is like right around 260, I think. Oh, this angle does make me look leaner. Uh, no one is talking about COVID's over, bruh. Thoughts on captured Russian soldiers? I haven't seen anything about it. No, I've never tried Broken Skull IPA. As much as I admire Vladimir Putin, um, I think the Ukraine deserves to be an independent country. Uh, I mean, I don't think that leader of Ukraine is that great of a guy. um, I think the reason Putin doesn't like him is because he's not a puppet to Putin, but that doesn't make him a swell guy either. I mean, I wouldn't call Ukraine's government a pillar of democracy. Well, Megatron 66, Father, go live on the bully account. Nah. I don't, conservative Corvette, I don't know. That account that's running around, I think is the old Hobo Splendido account. I don't know. I don't care about Boston Lloyd. I don't want to talk bad about the man, um, but I will say I wasn't real fond of the guy when he was alive. Um, I did respect him because he's one of the only bodybuilders that is honest about synthol. You ask any pro bodybuilder, and they do not want to talk about site enhancement. Boston Lloyd was real honest about it. I admire that, but that doesn't mean I like the guy. I mean, I respect him for his honesty, but as Adam McLeod would say, it's not like I want to break bread with the guy. Jay, I heard you're hung like a light switch. Oh, oh. Father, push workout every fourth day, same as pull and legs once a week. Well, it depends. If you go heavy light, um, you can do things twice a week. Like if you want to go heavy push on Monday, you got to do light push on Thursday. If you want to do heavy legs on Tuesday, you got to do light legs on Friday. And if you want to do heavy pull or back and by on Wednesday, you got to do a lighter back and by on Saturday. You want about 96 hours rest before going heavy. And going light, you can cut it back to 72 hours. That's why in a traditional 6-day split, you take Sunday off, because that way you get an extra day of rest before your heavy day. See, back in the old days, a lot of gyms weren't open on Sunday. So a lot of people did Monday through Saturday splits. Yeah. Might have to turn into a Mennonite if the gas prices get any higher. I don't have a problem with Mennonite people. They seem pretty decent. I've had to with trucking, I've had to deal with Mennonites a couple different times, picking up loads. And they're decent. They're very funny people about business. I mean, I remember one time I picked up a load from an Amish guy or a Mennonite guy, whatever he is. I don't know the difference. I can't even remember what they sold, but I went to the scale at the truck stop to weigh my truck, and I was way fucking overweight, illegal as fuck. So I went back, and man, that Mennonite guy or that Amish guy, he was so bullheaded. He did not want to take his product off that truck to make me legal. He's like, well, can't you just go around the scale, the weigh stations? Can't you take back roads? And I'm like, I'm not doing that, bro. I got to be legal, man. This is my driver's license. He was very obstinate about wanting to take his, because, he's all about the profit, bro. So, sneaking those extra 2 or 3 pallets on the tail end of the load, that's money in his pocket. Jay, I weighed 190 and look bigger than you. Well, you're probably like Dale, 5'6". Thoughts on cuckold Nate? I try not to think about Nate. Thoughts on our friend Nicholas Gers? I don't think too much about Nicholas Gers. Where are you checking in from, Jay? Florida. How about that? Thoughts on Lenny abusing YouTube Live every night for grocery money. Now that's fucking funny. That's outstanding. Poor Lenny. I don't blame Lenny for getting fired from the hospital. That's not his fault. Even though he did agree to let Lou film him drinking the tranny piss straight from the penis. Lou should have never posted that. But still, the cocksucker who we think is Big Rob Fitness that called the hospital, that's just wrong, man. So I can't blame Lenny for losing his job. But when Lenny did lose his job, I you know, I know that Costco is pretty close to where his mom works or lives, and Costco treats their employees pretty fucking decent. And I think at the time, Costco was paying people that work in the back room, that do stocking and that type of work, like $20 a fucking hour, 19 something. I'm like, Lenny, go to fucking go to Costco. You got 20 years at the hospital. With that kind of work history, they're going to hire you. You proved that you can stay at one job for 2 decades, for Christ's sake. I said, you're going to start out at $20 an hour, and you're a hard worker. You'll get raises. I said, look at your body. You're naturally born to fucking pull pallets around on a pallet jack. So, you know, but he was just too lazy. Yeah, Jason Kresova just said the same thing. Lenny is lazy like a PM. Yeah, Lenny could have started. How long has Lenny been fired from the hospital? It's going on fucking 5 years now. He could have, if he would have listened to my advice, he could have 5 years in at Costco. Did you ever dumbbell bench? That's a great question, and I don't think it's a bad exercise. I did dumbbell bench all the time in high school. I just got into that train of thought that barbell training is the best way. But no, I think for football and track and field, like exercise, like the shot put or the discus, I think incline dumbbell bench would be great. Because if you look at how offensive linemen pass block, dumbbell benching would be perfect for that. Being able to fucking shiver someone right in the fucking chest. Ugh. Pumps said he is coming after you. I doubt he said that. Pumps may have said that on one of his troll accounts, but he would never say something like that on a real account. I thought Pomps was laying low. I don't follow Pomps on Instagram. Or if I do, he blocked me. I don't know. He had 28 years at the hospital? I don't believe that. What, he didn't start when he was 25. Every year that Lenny's been gone from the hospital, he adds a couple of years. In a next year, Lenny will have been at the hospital for 32 years. Sickening tricep. 28 is really 7. Right. Lenny worked at the hospital 28 dog years. No, I shouldn't say that. I don't think he had 28. Show us your gut. No, my gut's pretty bad. Lenny couldn't make his bed. That's funny. Lenny claims he got in a fight with his drill instructor, doesn't he? I don't know. Pomps is the last remaining misfit. He sure is. Oh. I don't need to start trashing Pomps. Why do you call yourself homeless? Laughing out loud. I've never seen you on the street. Well, 23 MXK. Um, the fans, or the trolls, I should say, half of them say I'm homeless because I don't pay rent anywhere and I don't own a house. The other half say I live at my mom's. But really, when I'm off work, I usually get a hotel room. So I'm homeless in a hotel. That's the truth. I don't live in my mom's and I'm not homeless. I mean, my work truck has a sleeper cab on the back, for crying out loud. Truckers sleep in their truck. And then when they get time off, they get a hotel room. I mean, not every trucker gets a hotel room. Some of them, make a house payment and go home to their wife and kids. But they say most truckers wind up losing everything because when you leave a woman unattended that long, I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of them are going to stray. Honestly, doesn't sound like a bad situation. Yeah, I mean, I don't own a car either. So, yeah, do I spend a lot of money on Uber or Lyft? Yes, I do. But when you compare that to maintaining an automobile, insuring an automobile, and putting fuel in an automobile, I'm actually saving money by using Uber and Lyft. I don't think a trucker needs an automobile in this day and age. If you got a smartphone, why the fuck do you need to own a vehicle? Tow a Toyota Echo behind the trailer. I couldn't get away with that with my company. Jay, I use SARMs and pro hormones. I am still considered natural in my book. Do you agree? Not really. Pro hormones are really terrible on your body, bro. Why are you doing pro hormones? Those things tear your liver in half. Just do some testosterone and a real safe injectable steroid like Primobolan, Deca, or Equipoise. Ride a scooter. Jesus Christ, I would look awesome on a scooter. Ever joined a motorcycle club? No. Because the hazing they go through during pledging is out of control. How much does a 327 weigh compared to a 350? Dude, they're identical. Oh. Jay, do you feel responsible for ruining the Misfits? Honest question. No, not at all. Because after the World Gym closed down, Delray Fitness Center, the quality they were putting out was just not as good. I mean, let's be honest. Andrew will say the same thing. And it was less frequent. I mean, after the old World Gym, I think some of the best Misfit videos post World Gym are with me and Brad out at Bradford Manor. To be honest, the gym videos just weren't doing it anymore. But we had some good videos out at Bradford Manor. The Joe Exotic video where Brad and the Taco Queen give me the Tiger King makeover. I mean, that is fucking awesome. I mean, anybody who doesn't like that video probably hates themselves, hates dogs, hates beer, hates baseball. You're just not going to be a happy person if you don't like Jay getting the Tiger King makeover at Bradford Manor. We had a good time that night. Brad built a big ass bonfire. Oh, Jay, can you build big legs without barbell squats? Yeah, I'm sure you can, but it's a lot easier if you start out with some squats. You don't have to go heavy. I mean, what's heavy for you? You know, I mean, is a hard set of 10 heavy? I don't. I mean, a hard set of 10 is about 75% of your one rep maximum. Most people don't consider 75% heavy. Um, is 75% going to be tough for 10 reps? Yeah, sure it is. But it's not heavy. Jay, if you're just getting into OTR and go with a major carrier just to build experience, who would you start with? Um, I started with Schneider, but I think Werner would be good. Swift would be good. JB Hunt would be good. All the mega carriers are going to be really similar. But yeah, just make sure you don't quit before you get your 6 months in. You you come out of CDL school and get hired into one of the mega carriers. After 6 months, you should be able to get a job with someone else. Some places might require 12 months, but whatever you do not quit before 6 months, no matter how much you hate it. Get your 6 months in. Jay, is 3 to failure the same as 10 to failure? I don't think so, because a set of 3, you're training in hyperplasia. A set of 10, you're training for hypertrophy. Two different ways to build muscle. I quit and it destroyed my credit. I don't know why it would destroy your credit. Unless they paid for your CDL school and you had a contract. Record this, Cheese. I have to go to bed. It's going to be on my channel, you asshole. Why are you going to watch it on the Cheese channel? Old Dominion. I don't know anything about them. I mean, the mega carriers are all going to be pretty much similar. I mean, they're not ideal, but anybody can put up with a shitty company for 6 months. And I'm not saying all the mega carriers are shitty companies. Just working for a company that has thousands of trucks has its downfalls. Just like working for a little small company that has maybe 2 or 3 trucks has its downfalls. You want big company problems or do you want little company problems? Anywhere you work, there's going to be problems. I mean, if nursery rhymes are supposed to teach you a lesson, look at Goldilocks and the 3 little bears, or the 3 bears, whatever it's called. The one in the middle is just right. So, you go for a company in the middle, you're not going to have the mega carrier problems, and you're not going to have the small company problems. And anybody who's driven for all 3 knows exactly what I'm talking about. Jay, what's the best post-workout meal for maximum muscle growth? Lean or just bulk? We'll go quality here. I would have to say a nice, healthy serving of white rice and black beans with beef. so that you're getting the fast digesting carbs in the white rice. You're getting additional carbs uh, in the black beans, but slower digesting, and you're getting fiber. And anybody who knows anything knows beans and rice provide a complete protein. And then you stack beef onto that, which is the ultimate protein. So I would say beans and rice and beef. I mean, what could make that better? Eggs and maybe some dairy, unless you're lactose intolerant. So I guess we would have to say steak and eggs with beans and rice on the side with a big glass of milk. Cheese is going to the gym. We'll steal this later. I should fucking block his ass for saying that. Cheese, consider yourself blocked. Todar Sholikov says beef is fatty. Not so fast, my friend. Have you tried top sirloin? I mean, top sirloin it is rather lean and it's still pretty tasty. Now, if you want something leaner, you know, you could go to round steak, but round steak has no fucking flavor. Jay, can you do a Planet Fitness workout? Actually, Brett says you need some fats each day. Absolutely. But I take fish oil because I'm a walking heart attack. If you're a walking heart attack, you better be taking fish oil. I also take coconut oil to be more like Johnny Bravo. But back to Planet Fitness. You know, my favorite workout at Planet Fitness is my push routine because they got a Smith machine. I can do a Smith machine flat bench, click up the bench a little bit, do a Smith machine incline, throw it back down to flat, do a Smith machine close grip bench, and then jack it all the way up for military and do a Smith machine front military press. 4 exercises in a row, all barbell presses, all in the same location. It's very efficient. Jay, I got into Albany Law School. Are you proud of me? Absolutely. Natty Daddy or Steele's, Father? Natty Daddy tastes way better. Jay, you live the nomad lifestyle like the Mongolians. Actually, they say truck driving is the last true profession that lives the cowboy lifestyle. I mean, obviously we have more amenities than a cowboy, but, you know, taking a load, you know, it is no different than pushing a herd of cattle. You know, they're on a horse, you know, like Bon Jovi says, steel horse I ride. Taking a load. Jay is the embodiment of Wherever I May Roam by Metallica. No, I like that Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi. That's more truck driving. How do I get past my bench plateau naturally? Eat for gains, brah. Have you had a steak and ice cream yet today? Eat for gains. But that's how you wind up a big fat bench presser, eating for gains. But that is one way to do it. You can eat for gains. The other way to do it would be change up your routine. I mean, there's so many bench routines on the internet these days. Get on a goddamn program. You don't have to pay a trainer. Download a free bench press program. All you need is a fucking piece of paper, a pad and pen, and a fucking calculator. Figure out your own workouts. Yes, fat up, says Todor. Yeah, I agree. Um, I grew up eating everything low fat. 2% milk, low fat cheese. Just everything. All the dairy products low fat. Everything reduced fat peanut butter. Just everything was low fat when I was coming up. In the 80s. And I have totally flip flopped on that theory. Flip flop, flip flop. I flip flopped on that, and now I eat everything full fat. Um, I drink whole milk. I try and find whole milk yogurts, which is a pain in the fucking dick. Hardly anybody makes 4% milk fat yogurts. They're hard to find. I get whole milk, cottage cheese. I don't buy anything low fat because I've learned low fat food is a chemical shitstorm. Not only do they throw sugar and salt in there to make it taste better, but they throw all sorts of other shit in there. So I don't think the low fat way is the way to go, unless you do it naturally. I don't think you should take a whole food and reduce the fat. If you want to be on a low fat diet, eat foods that are lower in fat. Don't buy anything that says reduced fat or low fat. If you want to cut fat out of your diet, pick out a whole food that's naturally lower in fat. But you know, that's not necessarily healthy. I mean, your joints are going to kill you if you're a heavy lifter on a low fat diet. If you're on a low fat diet, make sure you're eating avocados and taking fish oil and putting olive oil on fucking everything and eating nuts and fatty fish like salmon. I mean, you're going to have to get your fats somewhere because if you're not taking in fats, you're not going to be healthy. Ugh. Thoughts on vegans? Well, I know you need cholesterol for your body to naturally make testosterone. So somebody who's natural, if they're vegan, they're handicapping themselves. Their body doesn't have the building blocks to naturally make their own testosterone. So vegans are naturally going to be timid, submissive, liberal, like a Democrat. Thoughts on gay vegans? Well, I just covered it. They're more likely to be a Democrat. Jay, thoughts on owner operator versus company driver? Um, well, when you're new, obviously you want to be a company driver. You know, anybody who hits the lottery and goes out and buys and decides they'd be a trucker and goes out and buys a brand new rig and thinks they're going to be an owner operator won't be long before you're bankrupt. Um, but being a company driver for your whole life might not be the way to go either. There is something in between, something they call a lease operator. Like you can lease your own truck. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm saying it wrong. You you can be an owner operator and lease your truck to another company and run under their DOT number. Um, Most companies have that so that they can bring on owner operators, and that's probably the ultimate compromise is being a lease operator, where yes, it's your truck, but you're running under someone else's DOT numbers. You're not running under your own authority, is what they call it. That's the way to go. Because when you run under the umbrella of a bigger company's DOT numbers, You're going to get their insurance discount. You're going to get their fuel discount. There's just way too many advantages to being a lease operator. And most of the bigger companies and even some of the medium companies, they have lease programs where you're leasing the truck. It's your truck, but you actually lease it back to them and to run under their numbers. I know that sounds stupid, but that's the way it works. It's called a lease operator. That I think everything I've learned, that's the way to go. Because, I don't have any lot lizard stories. Any door knocker that's come to my door, I've usually said no, thank you. Is Biden inflation affecting you, Jay? Uh, yes. I'm putting less money in the bank because everything I buy costs more. Do a Broke Malone live on Pomps. I'm trying not to do that, but we just want Pomps to keep his mouth shut and go away. Going to buy your own semi? Probably not. Like what I just said, I would more likely be a lease operator where I would go to a bigger company, and they don't have to be a mega carrier to be what I consider a bigger company. But a company, that offers a leasing pro where you are an owner operator, you're leasing the truck, but you run under their authority. And there's a lot of advantages to that. I went over a few of them. Another one is most company drivers like myself, we're pretty much running under what we call forced dispatch. Like your dispatcher sends you a load, and that's your load. You have no say about it. You do what you're told. Now, bigger companies like Swift and Schneider and JB Hunt, those huge companies where you see trucks all the time, that they're truly forced dispatch. The driver has no input on what he's going to get. Take it or quit. Now, I work, I'm technically, but I pretty much know what I've got myself into. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be any real surprises where I work. And my driver manager, he's pretty cool. He'll call me. He'll be like, "Hey, I got this load. What do you think?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, that's cool. I'm good with it. Send it." Or I'll be like, "Oh, that sucks, man. Come on, man. Can we do a little better than that? I don't want to do that. Fuck." And they give you a little bit of input, makes you feel better. Which is your favorite state, Jay? For what? For hunting, for living, for recreation? Um, I mean, depends what you're looking for. Climate. I mean, I like Arizona because honestly, if you're a truck driver and instead of buying a house, you had a motorhome or maybe pulling a camper, you could spend your summers in northern Arizona in the mountains where it's cool, and then come wintertime, you could come down to somewhere around Tucson. The same state, you could have two completely different climates. It's tough to do that anywhere but Arizona. I mean, I'm sure there's exceptions, but I mean, You guys help me out. Is there any place like northern or like Arizona where northern Arizona and southern Arizona are so completely different in climate? I've heard the Arizona story 100 times. Yeah, I know. I get the same questions 100 times. What crime would Jay commit if he knew he would get away with it? Um, I have no idea. Oh, oh, oh. Thoughts on Nate still taking care of the dogs that he bought for Livia? Well, what's he supposed to do? Take them to a fucking homeless shelter? Or I guess they're not homeless shelters. Dog shelter? I mean, as stupid as those little dogs are, I'm sure he can't exactly dogs that you've been taking care of your whole life or their whole life can't exactly drop them off at a shelter to go get gassed. Ugh, eat them. What would Jay do if he came back to Earth as a girl? I would stay skinny, marry well, and never work a day in my life. Ugh. Jay, do lease operators make 75% of the load? I don't know. It's a good question. What would you do if you had a time machine? Oh, fuck. I'd probably go back to like 1964 and just start buying fucking muscle cars. Oh. John Smith, thoughts on being the laughing stock of the Misfits? Well, that's your opinion, bro. Some people think Cuckold Brad is the laughing Misfits. Remember, he's the one on his third attempt at a family. McCuck's motivational vlogs is they are awesome. I absolutely love. Ugh. What would you do if you could pause time? Hmm. Would probably eat, sleep, train, grow. Take Big Lenny's advice. Train, eat, sleep, grow. Obviously, at my age, you're not going to grow, but it sounds good. If you were a woman with the military or a trucker, would you cheat when they were away? No, I wouldn't say I would cheat, but Women are always looking for the bigger, better deal. Remember that, the BBD, bigger, better deal. You know, like, I don't know who you want to use an example. Um, but let's just say, you met a guy who's, he's got a house and it's okay. And then you meet another guy and he's got a bigger house. He can afford to, buy you a better car. It's natural for women to be seeking out the bigger, better deal because it's in the woman's genetics to build a nest. Like an animal when they have offspring. Women nesters. So a male that can provide a bigger, better nest is going to seem more attractive. And that's one of the things that rich guys have fucked up the dating pool. You know what I mean? You go back to Viking times and there were no rich guys. So the tough guys got the best women. Now, let's just use a little squirrel like Bill Gates. Bill Gates can give any woman the bigger, better deal, but he's a fucking squirrel. So in today's society, a squirrel can offer a woman the bigger, better deal. So they've created an imbalance in the dating world where women are mating with men that genetically they're mismatched with, and it's really fucked things up because rich guys will spend a fortune to get laid. I mean, take Johnny Bravo for example. Look how much he meant. Look how much he spent on Diana Maybrook for a fucking walk on the beach. You know, whereas 100 years ago, she wouldn't even look twice at a guy like Johnny Bravo. She'd be with a fucking. And I'm not saying she's all that. Guys with money that are stupid, that will offer a woman the bigger, better deal, have fucked up the balance of the dating pool, of the mating, you know. Blue STI says you're right, Jay. Genoy Cresivo wants to know would a woman go for a 6 foot or a 5'6" guy? Well, that's the thing. If the chick is only 5'4" and smoking fucking hot, a guy that's 5'6" is still 2 inches taller than her. So if the guy that's 5'6", has a couple million in equity or whatever, I don't know if that's the right word. If he's worth a couple mil, versus the guy that's taller, better looking, more muscular, that might make 80 grand a year. She might be like, this little short guy is not too bad. And she's going to make sacrifices. She's going to lower her standards so that she can build a better nest. Because that's in her genes, nesting. They really don't care about their mate. Their genetics are primed to get pregnant, take care of the babies. They don't really, in their brain, they don't really care about who gets them pregnant. This whole nonsense about respecting the husband and taking care of the husband. That's all shit pushed on women, if you think about it. Women don't really feel that way. That's just what, you know, came up with religion to stop women from being such whores and sluts. Dale is 5'4" after the car crash. Oh. I mean, look at the woman problems that guys with money have. You know, compare them to the money problem, the women problems that guys that are blue collar have. A lot of times, the guys with money have worse problems because they attract a bigger piece of shit. You know, if you're living in Nebraska and let's say you're making a good living, whatever, making 80 grand a year doing something, you know, girl you grew up with in your hometown's pretty hot. She's working at Supercuts. She's cutting hair. She's making her own money. She got herself a Toyota Camry. She's happy. She's doing well. You know, she's not going to make you miserable as a guy who's making three times that money that's going to attract a bigger fucking piece of shit. Guys making 200 grand a year attract more pieces of shit than guys making 80. It's just a fact of life. Uh, uh, I really don't spend my money. No, I didn't say homeless is best, but I mean, I'm just telling. I mean, you guys can think what you personally. If I hit the Powerball, I would probably go to America's heartland like Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska. I'd find someone from the Corn Belt, some chick who might have been a cheerleader, whatever. Maybe she did sports. She's hot as fuck. She works at Supercuts. You know, she'd be happy as fuck getting a brand new Toyota Camry. PJ Braun, he dates these cunts, that want to go to fucking 5-star restaurants, 4-star restaurants. Look at that Aaron Singerman asshole that's in prison. He took his piece of shit wife to fucking Mar-a-Lago. Come on, man. I mean, yeah, I'd like to hang with Trump. You want to find a chick that is more comfortable having a beer on the tailgate of your truck out in the country somewhere than being at a 5-star. If you want to be happy. Father getting buzzed, no attention span. Yeah, I'm tired and I'm hungry. Is there such a thing as a good woman? Yeah, hell yeah. But I think they're country. I mean, Father's now sponsored by Supercuts. Yeah, but I know it sounds funny, but look at all the problems guys with money have, you know, compared to your average redneck who can score the hottest chick in his hometown that cuts hair for a living. He's way happier than some rich guy. I shouldn't say that, but I mean, as long as he's comfortable. Sam's, if you want to be a gay guy, that's funny as fuck. Mm, Man, I'm getting tired. I don't even know if I want to drink beer. Ugh. We've been doing this for an hour. Jay riding shotgun in a Camry with the window down, smoking a Chesterfield. I'm trying to quit smoking. You not have a good day or something? No, I've had a great day, bro. I'm just being honest. You can't be successful and make a lot of money without attracting the worst women. I'm not saying all women are bad. I just think guys with money seem to really fuck up bad in their decisions with who they marry. Oh God. Ugh. Yeah, the drinking thing isn't working for me tonight. I'm getting hungry. And most women have. Well, they're working on. They want to get. They want to have whether it's their sister or their sister-in-law or whoever they're competing with. They want a better house, better car, better Christmas presents. Want to, you know, the sister-in-laws always want to give the parents the better Christmas gift. You know, I hear stories about that all the time. I don't have siblings, but I hear stories where the 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 people in the family will get their parents something really nice, and then the rich couple that no one in the whole family likes will get the parents something just so ridiculously expensive. People hate people like that. Oh, I think I'm going to eat dinner. I'm getting bored. Are you interested in working for Alex Jones? Of course I am. Father, show us you're eating dinner. Oh, yeah, I'm not feeling it tonight. Uh, I got a sub. Oh, Boar's head roast beef. White American cheese. Onion, green pepper, tomatoes, and black olives. Why didn't you double meat? Where's that roast beef? Is so fucking good. Mm. Oh, no sub sauce, mayonnaise. Or not light mayo, real mayonnaise. If you want to cut fat and cut calories, just don't get mayonnaise. Don't ever eat light mayonnaise. Fuck. Light mayonnaise is not good for you. Read the ingredients. Bunch of those ingredients you won't be able to pronounce. Pierce Brosnan says Shaburger. Real mayonnaise is made with egg yolk. What would father do as a settler in the old? I don't know. I'd probably be a bully for a wealthy rancher. What would McCuck do? Huck would be like a Dudley Do-Right sheriff in some western town that didn't do jack shit. Nah. Whole milk. Yeah. I don't remember Pale Rider. I'm sure I've seen it. Ooh, that milk's a little sour. That's dated yesterday, March 1st. My favorite Western? Probably The Unforgiven with Clint. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I just had half a sub. I got to lay down. Oh